Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going over the top teams of Thalassa now that we have Mythic Plus Magic Charms. The team formations are going to be for the most part similar, however the charm priority is going to be really important. I'm going to be focusing on that a lot in this video. So Ludovic charms are going to be the #1 priority, and I apologize for making this video a little bit late. Hopefully you were able to craft him, or if you save your resources, craft his insight charms. Don't worry if you didn't, just make that your next priority in the coming days. That is going to boost your damage for this specific Thalassa boss by the most possible. Because his damage output can get up to over 30 billion damage with a maxed out account and the insight charms, which is huge. Apart from that, one other thing is do not craft the sorcery charms onto the twins, Elijah and Lila, yet. And if you have crafted it, then what you need to do is you need to break that set, like by equipping another Mythic Plus charm onto them and remove the set effect. And I can actually show you an example of that. The reason for that is because they're going to be giving too much haste to your allies when they have the sorcery charms, because it boosts their ultimate power, right? So then on their ultimate cast, they give 76 haste to allies rather than 60. I'm going to show you an example. For example, with Odie, I have leftover charms, and I have a complete set. But if, for example, I wanted to break the set, I would just replace this, and then I will save it, and then he will not have any set effect active, okay? That's what you have to do with the twins. And if you don't have another charm to break the set, just buy the twin charm pack from here. It only costs 480 Crimson Essence, and I've already bought that. Yeah, the Elijah and Lila. And then you will be able to get something to break the set, and then you won't have any problems, and you'll be able to get a top score. But that is important. If you're running the team with sorcery charms, a top team, or even teams which worked for you in the previous week, they're not going to work for Thalassa specifically. Okay, so with all of that covered, I want to show you guys kind of the overall top team, because it is pretty free-to-play friendly to an extent. Now, it does have Reinier, and you need Reinier at Mythic Plus. If you have Reinier at Mythic Plus, even if your twins are not at Supreme Plus, this team is working, and this was the best performing team for Raguto, who is a free-to-play player. He has Mythic Twins, Mythic Plus Reinier, and he has like Ludovic, Odie, and Smokey. This was his top team. So the twins can work even before they get to Supreme Plus, okay? That is good news. If you don't have Reinier, you just replace Reinier for Hugin in the same position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin with the Hugin team. I'm going to show you that. And then we're going to show you maybe a couple of different team options. Maybe if you don't have any twins at all. I don't know exactly what Ascension is needed for the twins to work, but let's jump into it. And Harmonic Spell is seeming to be the optimal artifact, so I would recommend you run that. Okay, so Hugin can take the place of Reinier, and Hugin work even at Legendary Plus, like lower Ascension. And I had Raguto test it, that he uses Legendary Plus Hugin, Mythic Twins. Other than that, Odie, Ludovic, Smokey, all built up, and he got like 63.5 billion damage, and his overall top score is 64.5 with the Reinier Mythic Plus. So Hugin can work even at lower Ascension, and you can get a decent score in Thalassa. But of course, Reinier is more optimal if you have him, but Hugin is a great replacement, and that's just really good news for free-to-play players or people who do not have Reinier. And I will comment on as for the positioning, key points here are that Lila, the pink hair twin, is in the back, Elijah, blue hair twin, is in the front. On the Stellar Bond are the Odie and the Ludovic. Look at that, 78 billion damage. We set a new record, even using Hugin, but that is because we have the insight charms onto Ludovic, and that is going to ramp up his damage so much, because that gives him the skill power, and that increases his damage output from his Life Weaver Bloom active cast, which is really high HP per second damage. So look at this. It was 26 billion from the Ludovic, and we have these charms onto Odie to increase his damage. You can use Gale charms on Odie, Insight charms, Bloodlust as we have here. All are good options. The other heroes, we do not have the Mythic Plus charms yet, but I will comment on them. So that is really good. Like, just the fact of having the Ludovic charms upgraded, even with Hugin, rather than Reinier, we're getting a new record that I couldn't even break in the previous week using Reinier. Yeah, and here's the team, Odie and Ludovic on the Stellar Bond. Now, let's say you don't have the twins at all, because you can try it if your twins are lower Ascension. Even one copy, I would give it a try, see if it works. But if you don't have the twins at all, you will have to try one of these other team options. Now, Lily G's team, this is a great option if you have Reinier at Mythic Plus. Hugin can work at lower ascension. This is a great team with the Blade Summon artifact. We're going to do a run of it. Hugin in front of Odie, Reinier in front of Ludovic, Smokey up in the upper left corner. This is a good team. And so if you have these heroes, you can run it. Now, it will have, as you can see on this team, Reinier Mythic Plus. But if you don't have Reinier Mythic Plus as well, I will show you another team option. But it will basically just be the teams from the previous week that, like for example, Hugin, Odie as damage dealer, and then another damage dealer, either Lily Me or Merrily, and then Smokey, Coco. That is like the most free-to-play friendly team. You guys have probably seen that in previous videos. You can still run it. However, you really want to make use of Ludovic if possible. If you have Ludovic built up, even if he's only like +5 exclusive equipment, Mythic Plus, Supreme Plus, and if you can get him his Insight Charms, he's probably going to be out-damaging a lot of other damage dealers there. And he will be a good option into your team. Because, like, look at this. This is the reason this team, even without any twins, is doing so well. There was no team without twins that was getting such a high score in the previous week. They were all using the twins to get, like, to a score level like this. But because Ludovic's Insight Charms, he's going to be hitting really hard. You're going to run the Blade Summon artifact. That is going to increase Odie's damage. When Odie is a primary damage source of your team, or Merrily or Lily May, you want to use Blade Summon artifact because the defense shred is going to increase his damage output. However, when, like in the top team that we showed you at the beginning, it's better usually to use the harmonic spell because that is going to increase the damage from Ludovic and Smokey, and then also Odie finally as well. Okay, so the final team, which is if you do not have Reinier at Mythic Plus and you also don't have the twins, then you'll have to try something like this. Lily May off into the side, Odie behind the Hugin, Smokey to the right, Coco to the left. And then you can just run this here. I'm not going to, with the Blade Summon artifact, or you can replace Lily May. You can replace her for Merrily. Both are good options. You can see which one does better for you. Or finally, if you don't want to, you could even try Ludovic. So that is basically going to be the teams that you can try depending on which heroes you have. However, even with the lower ascension of twins, try to run the overall top performing team of today. But just make sure, do not run the sorcery charms on the twins. Okay, so here's another team formation. This is if you don't have Ludovic. Like if you don't have Ludovic built, you're gonna have to run a team like this with Elijah blue hair in the back, Lila pink hair in the front, on the Stellar Bond Smokey and Odie, Reinier in front of the Odie, and Merrily in the upper right. This is gonna be with the Blade Summon artifact because as you can see, the damage dealers here are Merrily and Odie will do a run of this. So this is if you do not have the Ludovic built up, then you can try this team. However, Ludovic is really going to begin shining really hard now that we've made it to Mythic Plus Charms. Once you get the Insight Charms onto him, increasing his skill power to increase his damage output, he's going to be the top damage dealer for at least 5 Dream Realm bosses in the overall best team. But Merrily is also fine. Merrily is good for Thalassa as well. And with the Blade Summon artifact, she's pretty suited to this team. And if you want to upgrade Merrily's charms, like if you're using her as a key damage dealer, then you should try to go for the overloaded charms onto her. But really, you can just stop with the mythic quality, like just getting the mythic and the mythic quality bonus and the stats from the mythic level. That is enough. You don't have to get like the mythic plus charms on all of your heroes. And really, you just want to save it and prioritize the heroes you use the most. And Odie is going to be way more used than Merrily, for example. But as you can see here, 71 billion damage. There is potential to get even higher. Okay, with all of that said, now we're going to be showing you guys the overall top team. And we'll do one run, we'll watch it out, and then we'll do skip runs and try to set our record. And if there's a big difference between them, we can even take a look at the replay of the overall best RNG run, so you know what to aim for. Now, as for other charms on this team, like we said, Odie can be Gale or Insight, or Bloodlust. It doesn't really matter which one you go for. All are decent enough. But the other heroes here, Smokey, getting him the recovery or sorcery charms, because that is going to increase the attack buff value that he provides to your allies, only by 4%, but it will make a difference. It will apply to all of your team. And for future Dream Realm bosses, other than Thalassa, I'm pretty sure the sorcery charms on the twins are going to be really dominant. It's just unfortunate that basically in this boss specifically, the problem is you ramp up your damage too quickly that you end up getting a lower overall score in the end. Okay, so we do get a new record here, which is not bad, but only 84 billion damage. We need to get more than that. Yeah, because if people are hitting 90 billion today, then we can also do it. There's just one other thing to mention before we do the skip runs. There are some alternative positionings which are working for different people. Smokey behind the Ludovic. Another position is going to be Smokey right to the right beside the Reinier on the right, and one is in the upper corner. Now, the upper corner is recommended as the overall top one, and I'm gonna do like maybe like 5-10 skip runs, and we're gonna see what we can get, and I'll meet you guys back. Okay, guys, we got a new record. Okay, we got a 87 billion, and what we did was we had Smokey right beside the Reinier, and look at that Ludovic down at 34 billion, 15 billion from the Smokey. I don't know if it was just RNG, and we would have hit it no matter what the position of Smokey was, but we had the Smokey right here, right to the right of Reinier, and it seemed to be doing better. It may be something to do with the charms as well, because we have the Bloodlust charms onto Odie. That might affect it. I don't know. Like, it is kind of confusing, but this did the best on the first run. I'm going to do a couple more skip runs of this specific positioning. Then maybe we can go back. Okay, we got a new record. Okay, it is almost the same. Another 87 billion. But that is pretty consistent, right? Like, if we get another 87 billion, then I'm pretty sure this formation... 87.85. Okay, this is just getting higher and higher. I wonder what because this doesn't seem like just RNG. This seems like this positioning is working better for whatever reason due to the charms I have maybe on Odie. I don't know. But definitely you can try all of these positions. Smokey in the upper right, Smokey behind the Ludovic, or Smokey here. But it does seem like this is the best for me. We're breaking a record 3 times in a row, and we keep hitting the 87 billion. So I just want to watch the replay of the overall top run and see what happened that allowed it to go so well, or is it just RNG? The only, I guess, difference from this comp compared to Smokey in the upper right is that Odie's going to be teleported in the upper right corner in this position. So then the Odie will be more prioritizing the right side tentacles, and Ludovic maybe prioritizing the left side tentacles, and they both end up dealing the same 34 billion of damage. That's the only difference I can think that is happening right here. So now Odie is going to be attacking the tentacle on the right, and Ludovic hopefully... Okay, we kind of slowly took down the tentacle on the left, but there, now we're going to rapidly take it down, and both go down around about the same time, which is good. And 17 seconds left, the boss is in the red state, we just have to burst as much as possible. And this is just the Ludovic. I guess the Odie ticks of poison, and then also the Ludovic HP per second damage, and that's gonna be 87.8. But yeah, these comps basically can get up to 90 billion today, but I'm happy with that. I think that is a great performance overall. But hopefully from these teams that we showcased today, as well as the charm priority, hopefully you're able to get a top score for Thalassa. And tomorrow's video will be quicker, like whenever we get like for the Dream Realm team, so hopefully that will be more helpful for you, and I'll try to talk about the charms, yeah, because I know that's really important. Today you might have crafted the sorcery charms on twins, so I apologize, because I did recommend that as the #1 pick on my tier list. And I do think generally is going to be really useful. It's just not specifically good for Thalassa, and it can be run. You have to break the set. But you can still break the set and run this Ludovic team. It is still going to be great. Just, yeah, get rid of the sorcery charms by getting some other charms from the charm merchant. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Good luck getting a top score in the Dream Realm boss. If there's any other team that worked for you, feel free to share it in the comment section down below. But thank you guys for watching. If you guys are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for the support. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. I look forward to chatting with you there. But thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.